So now we will explore how this whole situation of the migraine is affecting you, and we will do this in different layers. We will start with your as physical being. So can you take a little bit time and ask yourself inside, how is this migraine affecting me in my physical way of being? Hmm. I have to say, it's not easy to be friendly with the head. I wake up and immediately the migraine is there. Immediately I feel sick and I cannot even move. Uh, it's terrible. I'm stiff and stay in bed and I cannot bear any sound or light. I cannot do all the things that I would like to do. It's like being in prison, really. I feel frozen, immobilized. The only thing I can do is lie in the darkness and wait for the medication to work, and maybe it gets better. Okay, and there are so many days like that in my life. So, that's a real terrible situation, being imprisoned, not being able to move. So lying in the darkness and just waiting until the sickness is over. Yeah, and you said it's difficult to stay in a friendly way with your body in this suffering. May I invite you just to try how does it affect you when you can just be with yourself with all this suffering like you are sometimes with your grandchild. So, if you imagine having this attitude you have towards your grandchild when this is this suffering, when you apply that attitude to yourself, how does that affect you? Oh, my grandchild, that's easy to feel tenderness and be very, yeah, tender with her. But doing that for myself, oh, yes, I understand that's more difficult, yes. But give yourself some time to try it and just experience whether there is some change when you try to be friendly with your physical being and as the way you have to suffer. You know, I often try to have some rational thoughts. Okay, my body needs a pause and things like that. But it's hard. I really, it moves me when I hear you saying, it is true, it is awful in this prison, acknowledging instead of ignoring. That makes so such difference. That was never done in my family. Okay, okay. Not used to acknowledge your suffering. Okay. And in your family that was very unusual. Yes, to acknowledge your suffering, yes. So they you learn to ignore your suffering. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So with this issue of your family, we arrive at the social dimension. So maybe you can say a little bit more about your experiences in your family. How it that related to your migraine in some way? You know, in my family, when I think about it, across the generations, everyone had or now has migraine, and the only way we learned to cope with it was ignoring it and go to school, university, work, but first and foremost, not to talk about it. Okay, okay. No one ever knew. We were always hiding the pain. Okay. So you learned not to talk about it and always hide whatever was there. Yes. So this must be unusual for you now than to talk with me about your pain. Yes, it is. When I'm talking about it as I do now, there are always these old voices in my head telling me, but don't make it bigger than it is. All people have something that they suffer from. Yes, of course, that's true. All people have something they suffer from. But that doesn't mean that it's not alright to talk about it. For me, talking about your suffering is more like a way of being friendly towards yourself and recognizing your suffering can be a way to improve your well-being. So I just wonder how it is for you now that you can feel it. It's okay to recognize it.